Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Unhinged Fangirl with me, Destiny. Hey guys, I haven't filmed an episode in like a week, I think. I took like a week break somehow, but then I don't know. It was weird. I didn't like film for a while because I was sick after Lala. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm back. Yeah, it's been a second, but I'm excited to talk to you guys because I haven't talked about the wedding that I went to and, just some things that I've been thinking about. Just a couple things that I have been thinking about that I would like to discuss. Okay, my laptop is screaming. But first and foremost, I need to talk about two things that I have been unhinged about this week. One, I'm going to start with the Amazon Prime series, We Were Liars. Apparently, this was also a book. Had no idea until like midway through the season when I was watching it. Somebody said like, yes, this was like a series at some, or no, not a series. I think it was just like a one-off book. I'm not going to spoil it because that would be really cruel. And it has a very big plot twist at the last episode. It's only 8 episodes, by the way. But it has a very big plot twist in the last episode. But I want to talk about it without talking about it. But like, wow, that show was really good. Even before the plot twist and everything, I was like, wow, this is a great show. Like, this is very much like, it's like teen drama. But it's also like rich people drama. And then it gets into other themes when it comes to rich people and their family dramas and everything that has to do with that. It was very good. All I have to say is on the last episode, about 20 to 25 minutes in, I'm sobbing. I was sobbing my eyes out. It was a lot to handle. And I had not cried like that at a TV show in forever. I had not cried like that, period. Like, I had to pause a couple times because I was on the brink of hyperventilating. So I think that was very lethargic for me. I think I really needed that. And that's kind of why I wanted to watch the series, because my friend Maria recommended it. And I was like, yes, I will watch it. And then my coworker as well was like, Destiny, you have to watch it. And I was like, yeah, my friend told me about this show. And she's like, you have to watch it. So those two factors right there, I was like, you know what, this is going to be good. And I was seeing other people's reactions to the last episode and they were like also crying. So I'm like, I think this is good. I think this is what I need to like, just, when you just need a good cry, you just really need to like sit, hunker down and like sob for about 30 minutes. That's exactly what I did. And, yeah, yeah. So if you're in the mood to have a really good cry, it's 8 episodes. They're like 50-minute episodes. I would recommend. I would also recommend like maybe for the last episode, like don't have ads on your Amazon Prime because that was really taking me out. I was like sob ad for a minute and a half. So that was really getting me, but it really broke me. So that's one thing I have been unhinged about. The other thing that I have been completely and utterly unhinged about, and this one I really don't have anyone to talk to, so I really need this outlet. I have been obsessed with Audrey Hobert. Who is Audrey Hobert, you may ask? Audrey Hobert is a singer-songwriter, okay? And in my research of her, because I didn't know this beforehand, she just came out with her debut album, Who's the Clown? 12 tracks, like 34 minutes. Absolute perfection. When I say there are no skips on this album, there are actually no skips. I used to think like I had went through... Okay, let me back up. Audrey has been a songwriter for a little bit. She is good friends with Gracie Abrams, which I know a lot of people just hate Gracie Abrams to hate Gracie Abrams. Okay, sorry, that's just not me. Okay, Gracie has some good songs and I will acknowledge them. But Audrey is like I said, she's like singer-songwriter, and most singer-songwriters for me are very like sad. You know, you have the Lizzie McAlpines, the Gracie Abrams, the Conan Grays, like their music is very like melancholy and sad for the most part. Audrey, her lyrics, very real, very sad, very weird sometimes. But the beat of the song is so catchy, you can't help but to dance. Like literally Phoebe and Sex and the City are two songs on the album that really like, if you listen to the lyrics, they are very like sad and kind of hard to listen to sometimes, but they're so catchy. It just works. And I'm like, yeah, I will listen to this on repeat. Duh. But yeah, I found out that she is very good friends with Gracie, and she helped write I Love You, I'm Sorry, and That's So True, some of Gracie's biggest hits. So I was like, okay, let me get into this. But I didn't know that at the time because her first single, Sue Me, it was all over TikTok. And I was like, okay, I like this. Sue me, I want to be wanted. I'm like, yeah, sue me, I want to be wanted. I'm like, immediately I was like, okay, this girl's speaking to me. And so I followed her on Spotify, and I couldn't believe that Sue Me was her first song. I'm like, there's actually no way that she doesn't have any other music than this one song. But I stand corrected. So I was a big Sue Me stan, and then she came out with Bowling Alley. Yeah, Bowling Alley. And I love that song. And I was like, girl, like bop after bop. And it didn't take long. Like, I found Sue Me a couple months ago, and she just came out with the album. Like, she was working. She had a plan. She knew what she wanted. She had a vision, because in the first, when she released Sue Me, the cover art was like her holding hands with the clown, right? And I was like, okay, work. And then Bowling Alley was the same way, her holding hands with the clown. And I was like, okay. And then the clown thing kept progressing. Come to find out, the album, Who's the Clown? The clown is back. That is art. That's art right there. That is a concept. Anyway. But yeah, she has a lot of friends, it seems like, in the industry, because I went to follow her on Instagram the other day, and like so many people are following her. Like Olivia Rodrigo is commenting on her post. Conan Gray is following her. Role Model, Addison Rae, like all of these like cool pop people are into Audrey, and like they're in the scene. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how have I not heard about you before? So all of those factors together, I'm like, wow, this is like truly incredible. Now, to the album itself, Who's the Clown? Like I said, 12 tracks, 34 minutes. Literally, I had it pre-saved in my Spotify, and it came out last Friday. I didn't have time to listen to it on Friday, but I was scrolling on TikTok on Saturday, and I go past a edit of the girl, I forget her character's name actually, but it's the main girl from 10 Things I Hate About You. And it's a TikTok edit to her song Shooting Star with the girl. And I'm like, oh, this is so fun. Like, this is so awesome. And then I look and I was like, oh, it's from Audrey's album, Let Me Stream. And I have not stopped since. I have not been this hyper fixated on an album in so long. Like, a lot of times I'll be hyper fixated on like specific songs, or, you know, when my favorite artist drops a song, like it's a big deal. But I haven't like found an artist and an album and been so, a new artist, I should say, and a new album, and been so obsessed with the album itself, like literally top to bottom. I'm not kidding. No skips. And I used to think the first song on the album is called I Like to Touch People, which, like I mentioned, Audrey is a little weird, but she acknowledges that. And I was like, at first I was like, I don't really understand this. And then I re-listened to it the other day, and I was like, no, this is actually catchy as hell. Like, yeah, I like to touch people. And what's so wrong with that? What's wrong with the girl who likes physical touch? There's nothing wrong with that here. like, this album is just so, so, so good. Every day I'm hearing new things. I'm like catching on to other things, and I'm connecting the dots, and it's just, none of my friends have listened to this album. I asked my friend Maria to listen to it. I don't think she has yet. And I'm telling you, I swear, Maria's probably not going to listen to this for at least another 3 months. Because I remember distinctly, I was listening, when me and Maria used to work together, I was listening to Lizzie McAlpine at work. Okay, it was one of those days. I was like, I really need to listen to Lizzie right now. I'm listening, I'm slacking her. I'm like, have you heard of Lizzie McAlpine? Like, do you know who this girl is? You should listen to her stuff. And Maria's like, yeah, for sure. Come 3-4 months later, Maria's slacking me. She's like, have you heard of this girl, Lizzie McAlpine? I said, Maria, are you being for real right now? Are you being for real? And then it turned into a whole thing, and I said, don't talk to me about Lizzie. One thing about me and Miss Lizzie, we go back. I found Lizzie in 2020. Okay, she got me through my breakup. And that's on Give Me a Minute. Hey, hello. Anyway, back to Audrey. Love her. I mean, this is one of the best debut albums I've heard in so long. Like, I'm not kidding, top to bottom. There's no skip. And there's like one song that I'm like, yeah, this one's fine. But that's because the other ones are perfection. I'll give you my top 3 right now. My top 3 is Shooting Star. I'm absolutely, completely obsessed with that. That is my number 1. That's going on my Spotify Wrapped. I already know it because I ran it into the ground already. So we have Shooting Star. Oh, I actually haven't thought about my current top 2. My current top 3, actually. Because the other day, it was Shooting Star, Sex and the City, Chateau. And now, I'm feeling, I don't know. Because I have been loving Drive. Put it in, drive again. I've been loving that. I've still been loving Chateau, but I've also been appreciating Phoebe way more. So I'm going to say Shooting Star, Phoebe. I don't know what my third one would be. This is really hard. Because Sex and the City holds a really special place in my heart, because when I first heard it, I was like, oh, me and Audrey are soul sisters. That's what you're telling me. But I also love Silver Jubilee. Guys, I don't know. It's not that serious. Okay, I'm gonna go Shooting Star. What did I say? Shooting Star and Phoebe and Drive. Top 3 right now. Today, as we're speaking right now. Ask me in 2 days, it's going to be different. But Shooting Star will stay number 1 because it's too good. It's so catchy. Anyway, we have a pop star in our hands, I fear. And when Audrey goes on tour, like, I will be there. I'm serious. And when all of you find her, get in the back. Get behind me. Because I tried to tell you. Early, okay? I alerted the masses. And not a thing was heard. Anyway, that is what has been making me unhinged this week. Now, let's do a little wedding recap. I told y'all I went to Florida for my friend Anna's wedding. She's officially a Mrs. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I did that. It was quick in and out trip. Okay. I flew in on Friday. Wedding was on Saturday. Flew out Sunday afternoon. Okay. It was really nice. I did get my pub sub, which I talked about before. I didn't get to get my pub sub during the bachelorette, but I did get my pub sub during this trip. It was great. And then, we also got our nails done, which I haven't had my nails done in literally, like, I can't remember the last time. And now I'm in the phase where I'm like, I need to get my nails done more often. And then I'm going to, like, get them done again, and they're going to start breaking off and I'm going to be frustrated and it's going to be a whole thing. But right now, I'm really loving them. I got cat eye polish, which was so fun. It's like sparkly, but it's like a different level of sparkle. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but it's great. I love it. I love it. And yeah, now I'm just in like my feminine bag because I'm like, oh, my nails are done. My eyebrows are done. I got my toes done. Like, anyway. But yeah, we all got our nails done. It was so nice. And then we had like the rehearsal dinner. And during the rehearsal dinner, something tragic did happen to me that I do need to talk about. Now, this is no hate or shade to the child who did this to me, but it is a little shade and it is a little hate. So basically, we're doing the rehearsal. I put my phone in my bag on one of the chairs because the ceremony was outside. I put it on one of the chairs outside so I could like have it with me. So, I'm rehearsing, I'm doing whatever. I'm not really paying attention to my phone. The ring bearer, one of the ring bearers, I want to say he's like 4, maybe 3. I really don't know. He starts to get upset. He sees my phone, which if you didn't know, I have a Smisky Hipper on my phone. I mean, my phone is probably like a child's paradise because first of all, I have a photo in the back of it, a photo card. I have a chain, like a little beaded, thing on the side of it. And I have the Smisky Hipper. And it looks like a little toy. Like it is a toy. But if you don't know, a Hipper, it just like sticks to the back of your phone or it can stick to your laptop, your iPad, whatever. It's just like a little sticky. So, I'm rehearsing, whatever. And then the kid starts like, he sees my phone and he rips the Smisky off my phone. Right. Should my phone have been on my person? Probably. But I feel like I was wearing like a skirt or something, or like I just didn't want my phone with me because I was just like, whatever, it didn't matter. So he rips my Smisky off my phone. And granted, hippers like this, like a Smisky or a Sunny Angel, like usually if you rip it off, you can put it back on for the most part. Like if it falls off, you can put it back on. It might not be as sticky as it was before, but no big deal. So I look at that. I said, okay, no big deal. Like whatever, I get it. So I take this Smisky and I take my phone and I'm like holding it. I'm like trying to put it back on. I'm trying for like 30 minutes to put my Hipper back on my phone. It did not stick on again. So now my phone is naked. And it's been feeling really weird not to have like a big bulging head coming out of the side of my phone. And I just need to share that because that was a really sad moment. And I'm mourning. I'm in mourning. So thank you for your condolences at this time. Anyway, every time I go to a wedding, and this is now what I'm about to say has no shade to Anna. Okay, Anna, I love you. I had a great time at your wedding. So happy that you're in love and all that jazz. What I'm about to say has nothing to do with that. But I do have to say that every time I do go to a wedding, I am inspired. Not inspired to meet the love of my life. I'm inspired by even if that does happen for me for some reason, I make a mental list of my wedding non-negotiables and things that I need to happen at my wedding so that I can have a good time. Because, I'm always thinking about me. One thing about me, I'm always thinking about me. That's not true. But anyway, I made a small list of my future wedding non-negotiables that I think I would like to share with you. So during this time, and this probably was triggered by the Smisky of it all, but I am back on my I don't want children type of vibe. Okay, I don't think I've shared, I think maybe I've shared this. I don't know. But, obviously when I was growing up, I was like, yeah, I would love kids. I would love to even adopt kids. I'm like, yes, I want my kids. I want to adopt some kids. I want to do the whole thing. And then I grew up, right? And then I realized, hey, kids are a lot of responsibility. They're a lot. And I'm also in the mental space of like, what if I screw up my kid? What if something bad happens to my kid? Like the fear is just really kicking in up here. And so the fear is taking over from the want right now. So I'm back on my, I don't want kids. And I did tell my mom this recently. And she was basically like, oh, so we're never going to have a grandchild. And I said, ooh, because as it's looking right now, none of my siblings are having children. And so I dropped that bomb on them like a month ago. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I want kids. Like it's a lot. I don't want to go into depth of my reasons, but right now, present day, that's not happening. Literally from like, even if I think of like the birth of it all, and then you have to raise them. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't me saying that I hate kids. I love kids, actually. I love nothing more than a baby. A baby, like literally from 0 to 2, I'm utterly obsessed with children. 0 to 2 years old. That is my age range. I know a lot of people like it when they can like walk around and talk and stuff. No. Give me a baby that I can mold. Literally, I can mold your head if I wanted to. I just want to hold a baby. I've been wanting to hold a baby for, years at this point. I don't know anybody who has a baby. Although Claire is about to give birth any moment right now. Literally, wow, actually any moment she could be giving birth. And so whenever she has that baby, I need to get to Michigan. I need to get to Michigan immediately so I can be sat on her couch and just holding a baby. Yeah, I'll cry. But anyway, why was I talking? Oh, I don't want kids. From even the birthing of it, terrifying. Then you have to raise them. Okay. You have to take care of them, feed them, all that fun stuff. And then once they like actually start walking and talking and like going to school, I don't even know what, like, I was homeschooled as a kid. So like would I homeschool my kids? Like what would be best for them? Should I send them to public school? Public schools are scary. Other kids are scary. I don't know these children. I don't know these parents. I don't know this environment. Okay, they can be influenced so easily at school. The amount, like, oh my gosh, the amount of things that happen at school is like, oh wow. Like, oh wow. Like, you're learning that from James over there, and I never taught you that. Oh my gosh. And then don't even get me started on high school. I actually can't think about high school because See, the thing about me and how I was raised, I was terrified of my mother and father. I was terrified of them. I loved them, but I knew if I did something crazy, like something crazy was about to happen to me, And it's that fear. And these children these days, they don't have that fear anymore. But the thing is, you can't, oh my gosh, I'm actually about to spiral. You can't always have your children fear you, because then, and trust me, I've seen it way too many times. If you shelter your kids too much, they will go crazy. I've seen it time and time and time again, especially in a Christian household. Don't get me started on that one. Like, you can't be too hard on them, because they will go behind your back and do exactly the opposite. But if you're too lean on them, they'll still go crazy. There's no happy medium. Anyway, I'm done. I need to stop talking about this. Do you see the mental process that I do when I think about the thought of having a child? And that's just one, let alone 2, 3, 4. Like, What if one day I decide to have a child, maybe two, probably two. I would never have an only child, sorry. And what if they're both boys? What if I decide to have two kids in the future and they're both boys? Oh, I don't know what to do with you. Genuinely don't know what to do with you. I'm raising a boy? No. Two of them? No, I can't. I don't know you. I don't know how to raise you. I don't know your kind. I don't know your kind. I can't do it. There's at the root of this, I'm wrapping this up. The root of this is that there are too many factors about being a parent that I cannot control. And me having deep control issues, that can't happen. I need to control something. And you can't. You just have to let it be. And I can't let it be. So for that reason, I'm out. Anyway, I don't know why. I don't know why I wrote that down, because that has nothing to do with my wedding non-negotiables. But I think me saying that, like, I don't want children, basically, I don't want children at my ceremony. No. I'm okay. I don't need a ring bearer. I don't need a flower girl. We can make do. It's going to be okay. I don't need it. Anyway, the second non-negotiable I have is, I said, my wedding DJ needs to specialize in music. Now, what does that mean? I need a DJ who is a DJ. I need a DJ who knows, understands, cares about music. Because obviously I talk about music all the time. Music is everything to me. I love music so much. And the key to a good party is good music. So I need a DJ who specializes in music. I need a DJ who specializes in a vibe. I need a DJ who specializes in you can read a crowd. You can see if something's working. Give me more of it. See if something's not working. Switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a real music master. I don't need just some person who has a DJ system and can play songs off Spotify. No. I need top level professional. But yeah, there should be no dead air. No dead air during a wedding. No, you're not about to do that. This isn't a non-negotiable. This is just something that I figured out about myself. I said, I'm too much of an empath for weddings, but I feel like I feel what the bride feels. So, like, for instance, Anna was stressed on Friday. I was stressed on Friday. Anna couldn't eat. I couldn't eat. Like, Anna's about to cry. I'm going to cry. You know, like, I hadn't felt that way. I was like, yeah, I obviously, if I'm in a wedding party, I want to be attentive to the bride's needs. Like, I'll do whatever, whatever she needs, I will do it, because, like, this is such a big day. But I'm like, now I'm like, I'm literally feeling exactly what you're feeling. If you're feeling irritated, I'm also irritated. Like, it's rough. It's really rough. When you're in the wedding party and you're, like, close to the bride, you're just like, I feel you, girl. Like, truly, I'm feeling you. And Anyway, back to the wedding non-negotiables. If you're not dancing, you will be escorted off the premises of my wedding. And I mean that. I'm so sick of weddings where, the people are dancing, the bridal party's dancing, the bride and groom are dancing, and then you have these people on the sides. Because usually the dance floor is in the middle. You have these people on the sides who are usually old. Yeah, I'll say it, old. You have these people on the sides who are just sitting, watching you dance. I feel like I'm at a nightclub. Why are you staring at me dance? If you are so inclined to watch, just get up. Hey, how about you just rise and get on the dance floor? You don't even have to do anything crazy. Just the last thing that is about to happen at my wedding is people sitting on the side watching. No, that's not happening. No, baby. You're not about to sit here and watch me dance. You're about to get up. Okay? And if you don't want to get up, if you want to sit, go somewhere else. You're actually about to go into a different room and go somewhere else. Thank you. Because that's not happening. No one will be watching from the seats. I refuse. And if this music's not your taste, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. It's a party. A wedding reception is a party. So act like it. Y'all act like you've never partied before. Get up and dance. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. It's really not that difficult. Anyway, that's right now, those are all my wedding non-negotiables, and it's really just about a vibe. I'm all about a vibe, and one thing that will not be, my vibe will not be killed at my wedding day. No, that's not happening. So those are Destiny's wedding non-negotiables. Okay. Next, I need to talk about Austin Butler. Unfortunately, I do have to talk about that man because he's doing press right now for his upcoming movie that I caught. What's his movie's? I want to say it's called Caught Stealing. That could be wrong. I don't know. But it's some movie he's doing with Zoe Kravitz. Bad Bunny's in it. Somebody else is in it that I'm forgetting. But anyway, Austin is gracing our screens once again. And that means he's on a press tour. And that is fortunate, but also very unfortunate for me because I love Austin Butler. I've loved him since The Carrie Diaries. I mean, honestly, since Sharp Price Fabulous Adventure, if we're being honest, if we want to clock. Oh, actually, I've loved him since that episode of iCarly where he was like a bad singer. Going from a bad singer on iCarly to playing Elvis. Hollywood is a funny place. Anyway, I need him to go back inside because I really can't deal with all of the press that he is getting. Like, Austin is back. He doesn't have the Elvis accent anymore. This is the Austin that we know and love, and he just keeps being on my timeline over and over and over again. And a specific moment, and this wasn't even during the press tour, this was just him out. Okay, now that he's doing the press, he's like, he wants to go out now. I'm like, okay. One moment that I really could not, every time I saw it on my Twitter feed, I had to scroll away because he went to a Bad Bunny show in Puerto Rico. What? What do you mean that Austin Butler went to a Bad Bunny show in Puerto Rico? What are you doing? Get back in the house. And the way that Bad Bunny's show is set up, like the residency that he's doing in PR, it looks absolutely insane. Like so incredible. I actually don't even okay, so obviously there's like a stadium full of people, but then there's like this house that's a part of the set. And the house usually has like whoever VIP is, they're part of the stage at one point. I think it's when he sings Nuevo, which apparently is Austin's favorite song. But when he starts singing that, he goes like in quote unquote into the house and he's like with the VIP people. Like I want to say LeBron was at one of the shows. I don't know, but Austin was there. Like I said, Bad Bunny is in this new movie that Austin's in. Bad Bunny's in his acting bag. I don't know what's going on, but I'm loving it. I'm like, hey, he was in Happy Gilmore 2, and now he's going to be in this one. I'm like, yes, Benito, yes. Anyway, there was a video of Austin at Bad Bunny, and he's like shaking his hips. He's like having a good time. He's literally like coming out of his shell. I'm like, this is crazy. Again, I had to keep scrolling because I couldn't deal with him right now. So come to find out, Austin goes on Jimmy Fallon a couple days ago, and Jimmy's asking about the Bad Bunny concert because obviously those clips were going viral. He was shaking his hips. Come on, white boy, go white boy, go. And so Jimmy Fallon's asking about that moment, and Austin reveals that he touched down in Eddyville that night. I literally said the phrase, Austin touched down in Eddyville, to my friends, and granted, they had no idea what I was talking about, but I feel like if you could, context clues, I feel like you could have figured it out. But maybe that's just me. But turns out he was high at the Bad Bunny concert. Like, he took an edible before, and then it was hitting, and that's why he was like dancing and like having a good time. There's a moment where he like winked at the camera. I said, he was feeling himself, feeling myself. Like, he really was. He was that girl. And then he was talking about how he was trying to cross his arms because he didn't want to take away from Bad Bunny. But he also wanted to like dance. But he also, again, didn't want to take away from Benito singing because he was singing right next to him. Like, it was a whole thing. It was a great clip during that interview. But yeah, I just need him to stop. Also, his Men's Health cover like dropped yesterday. There's video clips of him. Oh my God. There's video clips of him shirtless on not a treadmill, a bike, a workout bike. He's boxing in the Men's Health like shoot. No. I need him to go away. I'm thankful and I'm grateful, but I need him to stop because he's getting higher and higher and higher on my tier list. So you just need to stop doing that. Thank you. My notes are all over the place today, so you're going to have to stick with me here because I'm just reeling off my thoughts like I do every week. But enough about Austin Butler. I want to talk about, and this isn't going to like be a whole thing, but it's really interesting. And this conversation came up during the Janae and Kenny breakup, but it's also something that I want to discuss. But I think it's interesting. Obviously, we know like men's relationships are very different than women's relationships because men and women are just like distinctually and inherently very different with how they operate in their relationships, friendships, I should say. And I always think it's interesting because I'm finding this to be more true, but men will continue to be friends with their boys who are cheaters. And that is just crazy to me because me personally, if one of my friends was like a known cheater, like I know that they cheated on their significant other, that is a line that I cannot cross. That is like, if I'm aware that you have done something like that, baby, I can't look at you the same. I fear the friendship is going to have to end. Because that's like, those are your morals we're talking about. This isn't just like, oh yeah, I hooked up with this guy, blah, 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 blah. No, these are your actual values and morals that are being tested. That you brush to the side for whatever. And that's something that I can't look at you the same. I wouldn't be able to look at someone the same way. So, and I brought up Janae and Kenny because a lot of people were saying that if Kenny just cheated on Janae, like, there, most of the time, like, the boys would still be friends with him, because a lot of times men will continue to be friends with their boys who cheated. And that like, they may acknowledge, like, yeah, that was messed up, that you shouldn't have done that, but they will still continue to be your boy. It's just crazy. I literally wrote down, y'all don't give a fuck, huh? Like, I'm like, those are, like, I get it, that's your boy, like, you know, friendships, you know, you stick through thick and thin, but I'm telling you, like, vice versa, like, if that was me, the friendship would be tested, because, like I said, it is your values and morals. I don't know, I was just thinking about that the other day, and I was like, they, statistically speak, I mean, I'm sure there are men out there who stop being friends with guys who, you know, are known cheaters. Even if it's like a one-off thing, I'm like, I don't know. That's literally all I had to say. I just had to put that thought out there, because I just think that's kind of crazy. I also, okay, this is going to be a little more nuanced, but I really don't understand why people can't, like, shut up these days. And this is coming from, like, an internet standpoint. And I was just thinking about this because, you know, the internet has always been pretty mean. Okay, people have always been mean on the internet. There's always been trolls, as long as whatever. There's always been haters, even before the internet. Like, you know, I'm sure that people deal with bullying all the time, like in-person bullying. And I'm thinking about, like, even in magazines, like, people were awful to people, which is, anyway, but I'm specifically talking about, like, internet hate right now. And I just feel like not everyone, because there are nice people and there are supportive people on the internet, and the internet can be a beautiful place to find community and friendship and common interest with people that you may have never met otherwise. Okay, I'm not trying to dog internet culture or sand culture, but I think there is a lot to be said on the other hand of it. I just feel like nowadays, maybe this is me sounding so old, but I'm like, it feels like the younger generation is just getting meaner and meaner and more entitled with things. And it's really off-putting to see. As a person who loves the internet, as a person who is a part of so many different fandoms, I love my Twitter feed. I love my Instagram. Like, I'm one of those people who goes on the internet to have community with people who are aligned with the things that I like. Okay. And that's why I think the internet can be a beautiful place. But at the same time, I feel like people are just getting worse and worse. And to put it frankly, like, everyone is just so mean these days. And I don't think people realize when they send people hate, which I don't understand how someone can, like, sit on their phone and, like, send a hate comment to someone, let alone, like, death threats, you know, when it gets to that point. I don't understand how people get there. Obviously, there are things about, you know, fandoms or things that happen in pop culture that I don't like, but I'm not the type of person to go on the internet and outwardly say that all the time. Like, I'll go to my friends, I'll go to my group chats, I'll say it to people in person if I have a problem with something, but I'm not that type of person to go on someone's page and say something directly to them and spread hate like that. You know, that's just not me. And I don't think any of my friends are any of those people either. You know, we may, chop it up in the DMs, chop it up in, our group chats, but it's never an online presence of a string of hate, So I just feel like now people don't have a lot of remorse for a lot of that stuff. And, like I said, bullying and hate has been a thing since forever. But I just feel like it's kind of getting out of hand in a way. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe people thought this way when Gen Z was happening, but I just feel like Gen Alpha is like bitter and mean about a lot of things. And like, I'm worried for their brains, if we're being honest, because I don't think people realize like the hate that people get, like it will drive, these influencers, celebrities, authors off the internet. And it makes people not want to share anything with anyone. And it makes them very like isolated. And it's really hard to watch. And especially when it comes to like fandoms, because the couple of examples that I wrote down was Drew Follow, who I love. She's a TikToker. She is very outwardly like Team Jeremiah from The Summer I Turned Pretty. She shares her opinions on her podcast all the time. And another example, Allie Hazelwood, one of my favorite authors, she recently, I guess like in a panel or something, or maybe she posted about it on her Instagram, but she posted about being Team Gale from the Hunger Games, which, hey, I have my opinions and I won't share them. But whatever. It's like certain situations like that where it's like team this, team that. And, people will, they ride hard for the people that they care about, which I get it firsthand. I get it. But people are so mean in these people's comments that they literally run them off the internet. And Drew was talking about that the other day because, she had shared a clip from her podcast and people were just going in on her in her DMs. And she was like, this is literally why I had to take a break last year, because of all of the negative comments. And she was getting like an influx of them. And, Allie, the same thing, like literally because of the opinions that she shared about the Hunger Games, like people ran her off of Instagram. Like she's technically back on Instagram, but I'm pretty sure one of her friends is, handling her Instagram. Like she's not on there anymore. And so it's situations like that where you're so mean to a person that you make them run and hide and not want to be on the internet anymore. And it's just like, I don't understand how people can do that type of thing and not feel any remorse. It's just crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I just feel like people are, like I said, they're feeling so entitled and mean. And it's not like these people owe you anything. Like they're offering their lives to you. They're offering a piece of, their interests, and they want to connect on a different level, which again, that is what the internet at its core is all about. It's all about connection. And because, they might share a certain opinion, then they're getting hated on and ran off the internet. Now, I'm talking about very like basic opinions, like I said, like a team Conrad, team Jeremiah, or like a team Gail, team PETA. I'm not talking about like racial issues or like anything like that. I'm not, when it comes to like that stuff, I think there's a very clear line where it is right from wrong. Okay, basically what I'm trying to say is like, at the end of the day, people don't owe you anything. They don't have to share their lives with you. And it is a privilege to be able to have a community on the internet. And I feel like that is being taken for granted. And I don't like to see that. Okay, I have two more things to mention. I did mention a while ago that I had watched K-pop Demon Hunters. And I think it's so interesting now because it did take me a while to watch the movie, but it's actually crazy. Like these songs are charting in like number one Billboard Top 100s. And as a K-pop stan, it's just so fun to see people like connect to a movie like this and to songs like this. Like people are like, let's stream Golden, like let's stream Free. And I'm like, this is so fun, guys. Like, I just love sharing the K-pop community with everyone. And people are talking to me about K-pop that have never, showed interest in that before. And now they're like, I want to know more. I want to listen to more. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, of course. Like, I will give you the keys, not the keys. I will give you like the pamphlet. I don't know. I will show you what you need to know if you're asking. If you're asking me, like, of course. And I just think that's so fun. And people are like, yeah, I love the movie. It's so great. I don't know. I just need to talk about that because I think that's so cute. And I love K-pop, and K-pop is good. K-pop music is good music. What can I say? Last but not least that I want to talk about, I have been in a major reading slump. I don't know what happened to me because for the past 2 years, I've been on a roll with reading. Like, I've been nonstop reading. Now, granted, I'm still not the fastest reader. Like, it takes me 3 weeks to finish a book on average. It's kind of rare that I sit and finish a book in a couple of days, but it has happened before. And I don't know, it's just recently I haven't been wanting to read. Like, I have the desire to read, but actually sitting down and focusing on a book, it's taking a lot for me, and I don't understand what the problem is. I think the past 2 books that I have read, they have been physical copies, and I think that has been a little better. But I'm trying to read Deep End by Ali Hazelwood on my iPad because I have it in the digital version. And I've been trying to read this book for at least a month, I think. It's been a month. And I'm only 50 pages in. And now it's at the point where I picked it up and put it down so many times that I don't even remember what's happening. And it's okay, well, do I have to reread the first 50 pages again? And it's not like it's a bad book because I haven't given it a fair shot. And I know it's good. I've heard so many good things. But I've just been in such a reading slump. And I don't know if I need to switch up the genre or if I need to, try something new, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I really would like to get back into reading because I really do love reading books. But also there's when I get back home from work, all I want to do is sleep. And then I end up sleeping for 4 hours, even though I might set my alarm for a 30-minute nap. I will sleep for a long time. And then I wake up, I'm groggy, I need to take a shower, eat, and then go back to bed. It's it's a never-ending cycle. Or, I don't know, it's just, I don't know how to make it better. I don't know what to do. And I just can't focus on reading anymore. And I don't know what it is. And you know what? I'm going to blame Nicolandria because before then I was doing fine. It would still take me a little while to finish a book, but at least I was reading. And now it's I don't have the energy for it. And that makes me really sad. But hopefully I can hunker down and just finish a freaking book. But I really want to finish Deep End, and I literally have so many books around me that I need to read and that I need to catch up on. And every time I go into Barnes & Noble, I add a new book on my TBR. So it's not I don't have new books that I am excited for. I just don't have the drive. And that sucks. So there's that. But anyway, I think that's where I'm going to end this video off because I need to go get ready for dinner. I need to do something with my hair and figure that out. And I need to know I don't even know what I'm wearing. So that's great. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. There was no structure to this whatsoever. I don't even know what I'm going to title this yet. Because what did I even talk about? What did I even talk about? I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed. please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel if you are feeling fancy. Share this podcast with your friends if you want to. I would love to add more people to the family. I don't know why I called you family. That was weird. That was like a toxic work environment where they said they're family and then they use you. That would never be this. That would never be this. But leave me a 5-star rating if you want. Anyway, I'm feeling awkward now. I'm feeling awkward. So I'm gonna stop recording, and I'll see you next week. Bye.